So I want to go through some potential trade candidates in the NFL. I want to know what you would give up for them.
And
say nothing.
Let me just say this.
Yeah.
I love the fact that the NFL finally, the last few years, has gotten into actual player trades. You never used to see this. Not even growing up. You didn't see it 10 years ago. Now, players
it was only free agents.
Right, players get traded. So I'm in. I like this.
Just for you, Michael, what would you give up for Matthew Stafford?
John Mara, straight hostage release. If you're the Giants, anything except the number 3 overall pick has to be on the table. I just don't think Stafford at this stage of his career nets you first-round draft capital. Now, if the Giants were, work with me, a really good playoff team, like let's say they were Minnesota, and they won a bunch of games, and you gave up the 27th pick in the draft, maybe. But I'm willing to give up a pick or two because Rams have this weird obsession with maybe moving him. I don't know. They don't want to give him a contract.
Like a 3rd and a 5th?
Oh, I'd do it all day. I think he gets more than that. To me, I'd give more than that, yes.
A series of wide receivers here. Wonder what you would give up. Let's start.
Rico will give up a sub sandwich. He hates wide receivers.
Let's start
I'm consistent
with the New York Jets wide receiver, Garrett Wilson.
Go ahead.
I'd give up a 4th.
What?
A 4? Well, okay. He doesn't value wide receivers.
Dude, Rico picks up the phone and just bludgeons people in trade talks.
Wow.
I think to me it's 2nd round plus. I don't know that you get a 1st round pick out of it because you have to pay this kid. And then all of a sudden, and again, his production has been all over the place. There clearly was something wrong with his relationship with Aaron Rodgers. I like him. I don't love him.
4th.
And the list will get better. I'm really willing to see.
I hope Rico's offers do.
I want to see this, okay? Let's go to another wide receiver. Let's go to Cooper Kupp. What are you giving up for him, Rico?
Hit it.
A 6th round pick.
He's not wrong.
Okay. All right.
He's a very expensive player.
We do not pay wide receivers.
Now there, Rico's right.
6th round.
All right.
Yeah, 6th round.
So let's get a little better. DK Metcalf.
Everything. I think if you're a team like they don't have San Diego anymore. If you were a team like the LA Chargers.
Yeah, I still do it as well.
I think I know. Listen, that's a player. He's built in a lab. He is a red zone target. He's a 50-50 target. He's frustrated as all hell in Seattle. If I bring him to LA for Harbaugh, and I got Ladd McConkey in the slot, I got him as that big perimeter target for Herbert, yeah, I'd absolutely give a 1st round pick for DK Metcalf.
See, I was going to say multiple picks, but the highest one being a 2nd rounder, but I would give up multiple to get him there.
I'm going to leave the biggest one for last because I want to get to this one. You probably say nothing for this one, but Christian Kirk.
Rico, hit it.
28.
We do not pay, 7th rounder. I'll wait till you cut him.
That may happen. It may happen. You're right. He's a cut candidate. So
I don't want him. I've always thought he's a trinket player, a 3rd wide receiver at best on a really good team. I'm not trading for that.
And just so you know, I don't hate the position of wide receiver.
I know.
There's so many out on the field, and there's only a hand. Like DK Metcalf, if you really said we want a number 1 pick for him, okay, you can have it. But I would haggle for it. But I would say, how about a 2nd and a 4th, or how about a 2nd and a 3rd next year? But yeah, Christian Kirk, no.
I left the biggest wide receiver name for last because it's going to be a tag and trade scenario if it happens. T. Higgins. Now, you can negotiate it because it's like 2 first-round picks if you tag, but you can negotiate that.
Yeah, it's multiple high-end picks.
Yeah.
It's not 2 firsts, but it's a 1+3 or 1+3 and 4. It's going – look, I just think his greatest crime in this life is that he's not Jamar Chase. But he's a fabulous receiver. I think he borders on top 10. He's in his prime. Again, if you're the Chargers, if you are the Patriots, I think that's the one. You've got to quickly get in there and help Drake May. Give Josh McDaniels a veteran who from day one can hit the ground running.
Yeah.
I would give up just about whatever it takes to get to you.
Yeah, multiple 1st-round picks with one being a 1st-round selection.
Rico offers a pub sub and a slap on the ass.
No, I would, but Because most receivers, it's almost like a running back. I can just get somebody, bring them in, and I'll have it's why they're getting rid of T. Higgins. Yeah, we don't want to pay you this money.
Not if Joe Burrow has anything to do with it. Let's get to the two tight ends before we get to a couple defensive players. Evan Ingram, tight end for the Jags, and Kyle Pitts.
Nothing. They're both absolute rat dogs. I mean, Evan Ingram had his moment in Jacksonville, but I don't want anything to do with him. He's brittle. Kyle Pitts does not like playing football for money. I am convinced of it. It makes no sense. The physical's there. All the metrics are there. Dude is horrible. Mm-hmm. Horrible. That is a guy, as Rico put it, I wait till you're homeless and I offer you a blanket.
Or pup sub.
Right. Add avocado. It's a heavy sub. I don't want nothing to do with Kyle Pitts.
Gotcha. I'm going to put these next three guys together. They play in. They're edge, basically. You can tier them, who you're giving the most to. You got Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, and Trey Hendrickson.
First two, I'd give up 2 first-round picks. Trey Hendrickson, a little bit less flashy, good player. The Bengals don't have leverage on you because they may need a salary dump to keep other people. That's my list.
I guess, David, it would depend on, like, if I'm the Lions, I probably would do a first-round selection for all three because you have such a low first-round selection. Go ahead and get rid of it now because it's a glorified second-round pick because I got a feeling Brad Holmes is going to try to trade back anyway. So you might as well trade and get a Trey Henderson. But, yeah, all of them, in my opinion, would be worth a first.
So the next two guys here, Greg Newsome, cornerback for the Browns. He was already on list to possibly be traded.
Yep.
The other guy is his teammate. Denzel Ward is on this list because he's made comments that if Myles Garrett is dealt, then he'll have to think about what he wants for his future.
Oh, yeah, along with Joel Bitonio saying he might retire.
Correct.
Let me be very open about this. I hesitate when we start talking corners. I think corner, more than any other defensive position, is scheme specific. David, I have seen so many corners sign big free agent deals and then bomb.
It was Asamoah.
Nandi Asamoah back in 2010.
Yeah,
because he went from being asked to play zone to man and he couldn't do it. David, I just would stay out of that marketplace. You know, last year it was a little different with L'Jarius Sneed. You understood what you were getting. Rico, you take this. I'm not getting involved with cornerbacks.
David, I look at corners the same way as receivers.
I do too.
Corners the same way as unless that's Sauce Gardner or somebody out there that I know he's going to be good no matter where he plays. I'd rather just take somebody in the draft and groom my own player. So I'll just wait till you get released.
I'm with you on that. They to me are a dime a dozen. You can find your guy in the draft, build him up, and then when it's time to pay him, unless he's that all-pro corner, I'm good.
O-lineman, D-lineman, linebackers, I'm your guy. I'll make a deal. I'll trade some picks. But
you win with big people.
Right.
That's the deal.
The receivers and the corners and no, unless it's like DK Metcalf
or T
Higgins. I think DK Metcalf I would take over T Higgins because DK is hungry. He's once out of Seattle. He hates everything about the Seahawks and he wants to win. So he's going to come in motivated. Like seriously, I know they're not a viable option because they got enough receivers. Imagine him on the Lions team. Okay.
No, we already got enough guys in wide receiver.
I know. But I'm saying it's
highly unlikely.
He would come here and say, you know what? You guys are about winning. I want to be a winner. I hate my life where it was. So, yes, him, because it's not going to be about the money for him. It's going to be about rings for him.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. That is in football today.